All right. What's going on, everybody? It is Nathan Payne. And today, guys, we are going to go live on how to find seller leads, not only to find seller leads, but how to market to them. A lot of you might know how to do that, but you might not know how to market to them, get them on the phone, get them emailing you, coming in. So, guys, let's freaking do it. Let's go for it. If you want to save time and learn how to invest in real estate faster, go to investorthrive.com to master the sales process from our training so you can close more deals with less leads, even if you're only doing this part-time. Or if you don't know where to start and need help, give me a call at 385-398-9862 and let's chat. And I got one of my main buyers on the phone, Andrew, the man, the myth, the legend, Andrew Gutierrez. Is that right? Last name Gutierrez?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Tell me, Andrew, how did you start looking for leads? How did you get your leads that we're talking about right now? And let's jump into how you want to market to them.
There's a lot of different type of leads, but these specifically are just the notice of defaults. And so I just went onto the Salt Lake County Recorder and just pulled a list directly from the source rather than a third party.
Okay.
Which is kind of my preferred method. I usually like to go to this source just so I know that the leads I just have control, I guess.
Yeah. So you went to the county to get the data. Did you send like a Steve to do it, or did you go do it yourself?
Oh no, there's just an online portal.
What
So
list?
I just did the last year. So I just pulled up notice of defaults in the last year, and it gave me a list of maybe like 700-800 or something, and I was just gonna market to those.
So you said 700 or 800. Is that what you said? A notice of defaults from the last year?
Right. Yep.
Cool. All right, man. So let's talk about it. So you usually, for your marketing, you usually just knock. What else do? You knock and you send mail?
Direct mail and call.
Okay. So you already kind of let them know how to find leads. So obviously I showed you batch leads. You can get leads from pulling batch, or you could go directly to the county. And I think your subscription, isn't it like $30 a month or something?
Yeah, it's not very much.
Okay. So it's and you can pull as many records as you want.
Right.
Okay, cool. Because I know in batch leads and some of the other softwares, like they give you for like $100 a month, they let you pull up to 10,000 records. So sounds like the county's a pretty good deal too. I mean, $30. Okay.
Yep.
What marketing channels are you interested in? And let me kind of explain them to you and how you can do it. And then I can explain it, obviously for everybody who's watching.
Yeah, the knocking, the direct mail, and the calling, those are the ones that are self-explanatory, so I don't need help those. It's more the digital side, like the software stuff, like texting, voicemail drops, email. It's those that looking for maybe programs that allow you to text the masses, But you don't want to do, obviously I could do a one-off text, but that's not really my goal to spend all day sending a one-off text. I'd rather set up a template and hit them all at once.
Yeah, bro, you definitely do not want to just sit there and text every single one of those one by one, right? So basically what I showed you with batch leads is you can go and take that list that you just skip trace through batch, put it into your text blast or your text campaign in batch leads. But the thing is you have to set it up. Batch leads, like you have to get it set up through Twilio or some sort of account so you can do it like and be compliant, because you're sending mass text, right? So you have to do it in a specific way. But yeah, so that's step one. If you want to text through batch, you're gonna have to get it set up the right way, and I can help you through that. And also batch, when you sign up, they give you like your own specific like helper or account holder that can walk you through stuff as well. So I would recommend texting. I think that's probably the quickest way you're going to get a hold of these people. If you go knock like you usually do or mail, it's going to be slower, but text is probably going to be the fastest thing you can do. Is there any other method that you're interested in exploring for, reaching out to leads?
Yeah, same thing, email and voicemail drop, just those three.
So email, from my experience, emails are difficult because, if you send out too many emails at once, they bounce and they get thrown into spam. So I haven't been very good at emailing leads because you have to like do it pretty strategically. So I wouldn't recommend like emailing them all at once, maybe like a couple, but that again, that's like the slow approach, right?
Yeah, that's fine. If you don't have a source for that, then I can find one on the email drip, because I know they're out there where people do email campaigns. And I know that there's a way to do it, but we'll have to figure that out.
Constant contact is a good one that allows you to send out multiple emails. It's just I've never really heard or know too many people that like consistently or like get deals through email marketing. But I do know one method that people use is they'll send out an email blast to the list, and then they'll look at who opened the email, and then those will be the first people that they actually try and contact over the phone, like by just a specific call, because they know those people are alive and they open the email. So that might be a good strategy to at least lock in on who's alive.
I'm alive. I'm actually alive.
Who's active, right?
That makes sense. And then the voicemail drop, I've done that for my mortgage company. Mm-hmm. So I know that's a good source. I just don't know which outfit to go through.
Yeah, so voicemail drops are okay, but the problem with voicemail drops is you're going to send out a voicemail. Like 90% of people don't listen to the voicemail, so they automatically call the phone back. And then you just have to have Steve or someone sitting on the phone just, hey, this is
Exactly.
Nathan. I call, and they're usually like, hey, I missed a call from this number. Why are you calling me? And then you're like, oh,
Right.
yeah. I mean, we've been through that
I've done
before.
that. Yeah, I've done that.
Is that something you're cool with doing again? Like if with
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and some of these aren't going to be like as effective as maybe knock or direct mail,
Yeah.
or like I said, text or calling or something. But if you have a little something going out on a voicemail drop, email, or a text campaign, it might just fill in the gaps.
Yeah, and when you pulled that list from the county, did you pull it from specific areas that you want to buy in, or did you just do everything?
I did everything.
Okay, but I'm
It's
assuming
not a huge list, and so
right.
the idea was when you have a small list of like 700, you could just drop a text, an email, a voicemail drop, a mail campaign. So it's not a big deal.
Are you interested in hiring like a cold caller as well to maybe call through that whole list? Or are you gonna have? Would you do it? Would Steve do it? Since it's not very big.
It's not very big. I mean, if somebody wanted to call for me, I'd open to that. And I mean, I possibly would call, but if I called, I would just call like a week at a time, like this week, and then the following week, and then 3 weeks ago. And I probably wouldn't get that far.
If you hired a virtual assistant for like $5 an hour, they probably could go through that list maybe in an hour or two, and they could do it 2 times, 4 or 5 times a week. It doesn't really matter however much you need. And it probably would cost you like $100 to have them call like multiple times.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I worry about the language barrier. I don't know if they all have them or if that's
Oh, bro, I can get you VAs that they sound better than me and you on the phone.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'm all for that then, because I think it's a numbers game. I think statistically, if you, me, John, Chris, whoever called, it's going to be same percentage, you know what I mean, in terms of conversion.
Okay, cool. So we already talked about how you got the leads. You got them from the county. You can get them from Batch. I mean, you can get them pretty much from any lead source, but I use Batch. And then you skip trace them. And once you skip trace them, you got to pick your marketing channel. Now, the marketing channel that you usually do is door knocking or mail. But I think what I would do in your situation is I would throw in text and I would get a cold caller on it to blast through it. And that might cost you maybe like $300-$400 to get that list like blasted and go through pretty much everybody in there.
Yeah.
That's my advice. What do you think? Do you think that'd be a smart move?
I think that'd be great if we did the voicemail drop, text, and call. It'd be awesome. I'd be happy to take the voicemail drop callbacks. I mean, it's not going to be a ton,
Yeah. So we'd have to get a different RVM service because I don't think Batch does that. I mean, there's tons of RVM services. You just got to be ready for those calls when they're like, hey, why are you calling me?
Why are you calling me?
Yeah. I don't mind.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, it sounds like if you're ready to pull the trigger, that's literally what you would do with that list. I mean, you basically want to be omnipresent with it. You want to hit it from all different angles. Maybe somebody might answer a call. Maybe people hate answering the calls and they like texts. If you want to get a hold of these people, that's just what you got to do.
Right. Yeah, I'd be up for that.
Cool. Awesome. That was pretty much a recap of how you would market to those leads. And I can show you more in depth, maybe like on a screen share how to do it. But what are you thinking? Since I want to help you out, how should we proceed? Do you want to like talk to Corey about it? Do you want me to come in and show you how to do it? Like, what do you want?
Yeah, I'll just have you come in.
All right, we're going to do the trade. You're going to let me work in that office for free. And then I'm going to run these leads for you.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, man. Okay. Do you have any other questions or anything for me?
No, I'm good.
All right, dude. I can swing by tomorrow if if that works.
Yeah, just text me what time you're thinking.
Hey, if you just crush it off of these deals, man, you're gonna have to throw me a bone or something.
Let's do it.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, all right.
Bye. All right, guys. So that was a call with one of my top cash buyers. So he runs a mortgage company and he refinances people into lower rates. When the rates go too high, he goes in, he wholesales and he fix and flips. So he kind of goes through that flow. He's like making a ton of money when the interest rates are low. When it goes up, it's hard for him to refinance. So he gets into flipping. And he called me the other day. He's like, Nate, the technology side. I usually just go knock doors and send mailers. Help me out. So I just got off a call with him and I said, what leads do you want? He already went to the county. I don't have to worry about that. And I'm just going to set up his text campaign for him. I'm going to get him a cold caller. I'm sure we'll be able to figure something out. I'm just kind of hooking him up. I'm not like, hey, pay me money for this. It's mainly like, dude, you've bought some deals. You've helped me out. Let me just set up your campaign for you. So Lori, what's up? I know you had some questions or you said something about what area he was buying in.
So when he was getting the default through the county record, I was just curious, like how he pinpointed what areas he's going to buy data, and there was no direct like intention that he had.
Yeah, so because the list of notice of defaults for the last year has been so small in Utah, it's only 800 people. It makes sense to just hit the whole list instead of just pull like 50 of them, like because you want specifically Draper, that city, which is where he lives and that's what he wants. But I'm sure he's going to go with whatever, either to wholesale or to fix and flip.
Got it. I was just curious if there's like a certain criteria that you'd look for, like a certain percentage of population, like larger population, larger cities, or if there was anything like directly that wasn't being looked at as a reason to buy the data there.
I think when you are pulling like a list that's not that big, sometimes you let go of some of those filters. But let's say this NOD list was like 10, 20,000. He probably definitely would be like, hey, just give me Draper or give me like Salt Lake City. But the way that Utah is, like pretty much anything between like the north of Ogden or up north and Provo, which it's just like one string being line. It's everything is hot there. What I just did is it's not rocket science, right? It's just like, what do you want? Let me help you get it. And then we can work something out. I'm not always rigid with like, okay, hey, if you get a deal, what am I going to get? I usually kind of just wait and see and then work my fee in or where there's value, right?
Got it.